To borrow a quote from my co-host, what's popping and what's dropping? This your boy Craig L. Smith II with episode 24. Let's draw on something here. And as you know, I am Craig Smith, born and raised in 773, relocated to the 901. They put up a whole lot of bullshit in 256, and now I'm relocated back to the 662. So y'all definitely gonna know how I do. Along with my co-host, who is a host of his own podcast on YouTube, the Jimmy JSmoove Network. My boy Jimmy JSmoove, born and raised in 901. He represents the A3, and he's representing the 832, and he's getting ready to make some big money moves, and y'all gonna soon know how he do. On this show, yes, it is random talk, but we gonna talk about a whole lot of things before we both decide to check our eyes for cracks. We're gonna be talking about Kansas basketball. We told you so. Also, the top 10, also a top 10 list that I found from a good woman that I knew that I know from back in the day that gave me permission to share her top 10 things about the black women are not list, which is very insightful. We also got some viewer questions such as Jimmy is gonna address his hatred for Lane Kiffin. And I also have to go back in time to address some things about an old coworker of mine at FedEx. So without further ado, let's draw on something. Along with the Jimmy JSmoove Network has been brought to you in part by Limitless Naturals. That's right, Limitless Naturals. The second hair care salon opened up by my girl, Sherbert, the Sherb Ratliff. That's right, she can be found in Memphis, Tennessee. You tired of your natural not looking all unnatural and nappy and look like it needs some help? Well, look no further. The Sherb is there to take care of your limitless needs. She will make sure your natural that is not looking unnatural will become limitless. She will have it looking limitless with her skills. Hit her up. She's on Facebook, Limitless Naturals. And along with my boy, Trey Murphy of Trey Styles Custom and Designs. There's not a shirt he cannot custom. If you need an NBA, NFL, NHL, MLS, MLB shirt, done. He got you. Or if you need family reunion or party shirts, done. He got you. Hit him up at 901-364-3698. That's if you ever answer the phone. Or you can hit him up on Facebook at Trey Murphy. So without further ado, what's going on, Jimmy? Right down there in 832.
Man, just in chill mode, brother, for the most part, man. Of course, man, I just recently got my driver's license, so congratulations to me. And finna make some other moves as well. Yeah, so yeah, finally my old ass got my driver's license, but hell, some people can't read at this old ass age. So you know what I'm saying. At least I'm making some type of progress. So we're gonna make some big money moves pretty soon, man. I'll ultimately announce it once that move is made. But other than that, man, you know what I'm saying. I had to stay at home Thursday, as I said the day before, because I pretty much figured that once this storm hit, this tropical storm or / tropical depression, whatever the fuck they want to call it, once it hit, I knew it was going to do some damage. So I was told myself, I'm like, hey, I bet not go out there. And I started to go out to work. I ain't gonna lie. It did something in my right mind told me, nigga, stay at home. Your black ass better stay at home. If you get up, you'll be sorry. Sometimes it's good to follow your first mind. Because I said on the show, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to go out. So, I follow my first mind. I text my manager, and then the next thing I know, one of my friends, close co-worker, his truck had went out, you know what I'm saying? Well, the guy that takes me home, his truck went out. And then my other homeboy, I think his Mustang had went. It's a spec. So they drove through some water and damn near drowned trying to drive through that bitch. But it was a catch-22 situation. It was a damn if they do, damn if they don't. So they had to take some type of risk because, when floodwaters go up fast out here in Houston. And like I say, I wish Houston find a way to get this system rocking and rolling, because how is it that Florida, most of the cities in Florida, Miami, Orlando, Tampa. You know what I'm saying? All three of those cities are no metropolitan areas, no bigger than probably 5 million, at best 6 million. Our metropolitan area is more like 7 million. The city limits is like 2 million people, and plus they're on lower elevation than we are. They don't have nowhere near the flood problems Houston had. In Houston, highest elevation is, the city elevation is 45 feet. Highest elevation is 125 feet. So
Yeah.
how is the Texas lawmakers is going to explain that? And then Beaumont is, I think, probably 30 feet above elevation. And you couldn't even get past I-10 out there in near Beaumont in Winnie, Texas, which is basically another part of the Beaumont Port Arthur, triangle. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm thankful I didn't get my black ass up. You know what I'm saying? And matter of fact, I went right back to sleep. I took an Alka-Seltzer, you know what I'm saying, try to get this cold down.
Damn.
And take my ass right back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And people were calling me like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Are you all right? I'm like, dude, I'm fine. My ass is in the house. I am not finna walk out this goddamn house. And I went to work late the day before to assure myself, I wouldn't get stranded in the water, because if I feel like that motherfucker is finna flood again, I was finna turn right back around, or the sheriff was gonna tear the Harris County sheriff, because I'm barely above the Harris County Fort Bend County line. So the sheriff gonna turn me back around anyway. So you know what I'm saying? So, but I did go in an hour late, you know what I'm saying? So everything's all right. I went to work the day after. I didn't went to work on Thursday. Thursday I stayed my African ass at home, but I went into work late because it was a possible threat of a severe storm, which nothing happened on Friday. The damage was done on Thursday. We had a disaster Thursday, and everything receded on Friday morning. So, I went to work on Friday, and then I stayed at work all day Saturday. So everything's all right in Texas and stuff like that. So it is what it is. So I just been chilling, man, for the most part, man. What's going on with this college football, though, brother?
Well, let's hold on this college football for a second, because funny you say jobs. Let me give a shout out to well, a lot of people don't know it, and Jimmy, I told you Friday, but I never told you the reason why I was let go from my job, right?
No.
All right. Well, get ready for this, and everybody that's listening, let's draw on something, and I'm gonna share it on Facebook, because I'm gonna tag a lot of people on this. Some people on here who I'll mention. I was let go from my job with a contractor known as FTS. They was a contractor with Comcast. Okay.
Right.
I got summoned. Matter of fact, I was told to come in to work that Friday about, around my normal time, right?
Right.
Okay. So go in the office, and not gonna say no names about who the higher up in the manager is, supervisor is, but and with the manager or whatever. I'll just call him. I'll just call this one manager, supervisor, Kingpin. All right, it's the opposite of his. It's the opposite of his. It's the opposite. It's the polar opposite of his last name.
Okay.
So I'll just say, Kingpin told me. He said, "Hey, Craig." He said, "Yeah, man, we." He said, "Man, we got to." He said, "Man, we ain't got a complaint." He said, "The stickers that you got on the back of your truck with the how's my driving call 1-800 how blah 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 blah." I said, "Yeah." Well, somebody had called in on you saying that you were on Germantown Parkway texting while driving, and I'm like, "Say what?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, and he even said the same thing. He said, "I'm trying to figure out what person had enough time in their right mind to call in on you about you texting and driving." I said on Germantown Parkway, and then I remember, and it was on a Tuesday. Okay. I was like, I was at the light on Germantown Parkway. That's where I remember. I said, I wasn't driving down on Germantown Parkway, texting and driving. I said, I was at the light. I said, the only time I picked
Yeah.
up my phone was when I answered a phone call. Now I looked down, I had to look at it again. I said, sometimes my phone take phone, some of these cell phones, they can be retarded. They wait for like forever and mute shit to show you who's calling you or whatnot.
Right.
So, and then this a basically pretty new phone, little Samsung phone I got. It ain't nothing expensive. It ain't no phone or nothing. It's just got a Samsung A10. So it's pretty cheap. I like it. So, and I told him, I was like, he said, so you want to take it? I said, no. I said, man, the only thing I did, I just picked the phone up to see who it was that calling and everything. And I said, and then my Bluetooths weren't working at the time. And then I had to buy some new Bluetooths also. I said, my Bluetooths, man, I can pick up the phone. I can hear them talking, but they can't hear me. So he's like, okay, that's cool. And he told me it was a chick. Okay, so to make a long story short, all right, his manager, King's manager, again, I'm saying another acronym, Coco. Um, that's the manager, and he was saying, and so he told me about what was going on. So he asked Kingfish. He asked Kingfish, Kingpin, whatever I call it. I know what I said. Coco asked Kingfish. He said, "Hey, what time was that plane put in?" He said 6:17. And he said, "Craig, you text me at 6:06." I said, "Yeah, but I wasn't." I said, "Man, I was at a residence." He said, "I know." He said, "Because you sent me a video where that last job was when you reporting that maintenance problem that needed to be addressed." I said, "Yeah." I said, "So I'm trying to figure out." I said, "Cause I wasn't on, like I said." But let me get to the point of this, because I want to put the bra from I'm gonna send a big fuck you to the person who called in on me on that shit. And I know you can be a man or woman. So since your bitch ass in here shit else to fucking do, guess what? You costing me a fucking goddamn job. So I hope karma. Man. So I hope karma sit on your damn face and make you eat her pussy. Okay, that's one.
Ouch.
You don't take the time. I don't give a fuck if you an older person or not. And I respect my older people. You don't fuck around and call in on somebody and make them lose their job. What the fuck wrong with you?
Well, here's the thing. And I've said this before. This is why you record everything
All
of
right,
what's
but hold
going
on,
on.
hold it though. I ain't through.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I ain't through.
But I just wanted to make
So
that a point. Go ahead.
okay, so then had to address the shit to HR. Okay, so and then come to find out under the table, I had two other violations. One was supposed to be wiped out, and then I had a customer back in July snitch on my ass by saying that I climbed up. I had grabbed a ladder, got up on the ladder without my allegedly with no hard hat or my belt on. And I justified that. I said, "Hey, I had my belt on. I didn't put my hat on just yet because it was dirty." So and then when I told the HR rep and whoever she is, I put her ass on blast too. And I don't care if this fucking get out. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, I don't give a fuck if do get back out and get back with them. And I'm telling her, I'm like, okay, what does a customer have? I said, well, by right, customer ain't got no business reporting somebody on shit what a technician doing. Now, if they being rude, belligerent to them, that's understandable, you know. But all the other shit, that ain't your fucking business.
I agree.
And Jimmy and I have said, and Jimmy and I, we've said this on here a couple shows ago. Hey, when a cable person come in and they ask if you need anything, whatever, fine, sit down or whatever, you get up and check on them. It ain't your job to go back and snitch on their ass or what the fuck ever. And if you living in all these places like Lakeland, Tennessee, and all this other little bullshit, or Oakland, Tennessee. Let me tell you something. If you can afford all that fucking money to buy, if you can afford all that motherfucking money to buy that damn house you living in, goddamn it, you can afford to buy some fucking pest control. Cause man, there was one job I had to do out in Lakeland. Dude, I would have been done with it. I had to contend. I had to keep fighting off wasps all the time in order for me to finish my job from the outside. So before I started on the inside, this person had 3 wasp nests. 3. That should not make it. It's no excuse. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you work hard for all your money. You got, because you got it like that. Well, let me tell you something. People like myself, Jimmy JSmoove, Corey Wolf, and a few others, we ain't got it like that, like y'all. So if you can invest in the money to get like that, then invest some fucking money, get like that, get some damn pest control, wasp, insect control, or whatever. And then plus, it's about to get cold. So guess who? So Mickey's big brother's gonna be trying to worm his way into y'all houses too. So I suggest y'all asses get some money and get that shit contained. Now back to the subject at hand. So talking with the HR rep, who in my opinion, her ass doesn't need to work no fucking HR because she doesn't have any. From what I can tell, she doesn't have an ounce of tact about herself, and it seems like she likes to talk at certain damn people because I was justifying a violation that was on me that wasn't even my fault because like allegedly said something about I was doing 80 miles per hour in the company vehicle come back from Tupelo, which is bullshit. Because when you drive down them hills, Jimmy, when you drive down them hills and when you get up off the gas pedal, that shit is gonna speed up regardless. That's beyond your control. Even when you break, the shit's still gonna be beyond your control.
Yeah.
So when I try to justify, go ahead.
And I haven't had to come across many hills as far as just yet. So I haven't. So just being a new driver. So go ahead, man.
Yep. So she cuts me off rudely and tells me, well, we ain't you want us to dispute something about the past. That's irrelevant. We focusing on the present. First of all, you in HR, you want to talk to me at that? You want to talk to me like that? Mm-hmm. So fuck her too. Because I don't let anybody, I don't even let my own boss talk to me like that. So she probably need to talk to. So hey, she probably don't never have a chance to talk to her kids if she has any, and if she don't, I suggest she don't lay on her fucking back and spread them eagle wings open so she can get some in them. She may need to go back to learn some fucking damn people or something, man, for real. Cause if you in HR, you ain't got no business talking. You ain't got no business talking at people. Matter of fact, you ain't got no business working HR. Period. If you gonna talk at people like they some little punk or something. I'm gonna borrow a phrase from the Memphis mayoral candidate who may or may not be returned to the mayoral seat, Willie Harrington, and pump on my body. And I've always said, yeah, when I was born on October 14, 1978, I stayed on the west side till we moved to the south side. So, and then later on, October 12th of 1990, I moved to Memphis, Tennessee, in South Memphis. So out of those 3, which one this chick want? Because she better tell me she better not tell me, she better tell me she don't want neither one. Shit. I ain't never worked no fucking job where fucking HR got a top crazy some goddamn body. And yeah, if it get out, hey, she got my got my number and you know what? I'm gonna report her ass to court. Cause I've been trying to find that number for the longest. I did have some leeway to that.
Right.
But if you but this for all jobs, you working in HR, you ain't got no business talking. You ain't got no fucking business talking some damn body all crazy and shit. Show me your check stub. Show me in your pay stub when they get through deducting everything out on there. The list of your deductions stay talk crazy to employees.
Exactly.
So fuck you too. But on the other hand, I do thank them for the opportunity. And the manager, Coco. Personally, he's a great guy. He's humble, but on a professional level, I don't think all that his humbleness and humility carried over. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I mean, he's a good guy. I think about him; he's a good guy on a personal level, but on a professional level, man, I mean, he need a lot of fucking work. Cause like one time he told me it's something not in his I mean, maybe he said some fucked up ass shit to me one time talking about some because I need to leave early one day, okay? And he was talking about, well, you could have said that. I said, well, I said that earlier, talking about, well, it's not in my DNA. And he gonna tell me some fuck shit talking about it's not in my DNA to make this, make the schedule change the adjustments like that. I'm like, I said, what did you say? I said, wait a minute, did you say it's not your DNA to do what? So when he repeated what he said, I said, well, Coco, it's not in my DNA to get up every damn morning and work, but I do it if I want to survive. Don't tell me nothing, man. Don't ever tell me nothing like that no more. You know. So to them two, to the bitch ass person that reported me on Germantown Parkway that got me fired. What I said, what about what karma need to do to your ass, and the chick in HR, the same applies to your ass. You don't need a fucking job in HR. Learn how to fucking talk to people. You better talk to your kids that way if you got some. If they grown, you better talk to their ass that way. Because if you had to talk to me in my face like that, I would have hit your ass in your throat. Shit, no, that just pissed me off, man. Because I don't like one thing. I don't like. I ain't gonna let a customer talk crazy to me. I ain't gonna let a customer talk crazy to a supervisor, or whatever, anything like that. I ain't gonna let nobody. Hey, damn sure, I ain't gonna let nobody talk crazy to any of my family or my mom's for that matter. But see, mom's got that straight in that department. Because hey, my mom tell a motherfucker, man, you in her so many words, hey, you go fuck yourself and get the fuck out of my face. But moms ain't, but moms don't have nothing to do with this job there. But I think, but like I said, I thank FTS for giving me the opportunity. But to those two people, the person that reported me, fuck you, and the HR rep that wanted to talk crazy to me, fuck you too. Your ass don't need, like I said, your ass don't need to fucking work no damn HR. There, I said it. But now let's talk some college football. Um, so it seems, man. So what you think of the season so far? It seems like, man, Harbaugh some fucking shaky ground now.
Let me tell y'all. Let me tell you something about Miss Shits again, because that's what they playing like right now. Shits again.
That is
Because that's what
shits
the fuck
again.
shits again. Because they have the shits again. You Michigan fans have only won one national title in the last 70 plus years. The last time y'all probably consistently won national titles was when Gerald Ford was the fucking running back at fucking Michigan. Yes, President Gerald Ford played for the University of Michigan. National titles. You can Wikipedia this, and you can also Google search this. He was a football player. You know what I'm saying? At Michigan, now known as Shits-again. You Shits-again fans are too fucking unfucking realistic. Yes, I know y'all got tradition in football all day, every day. Bo Schembechler, who's probably one of the most coaches in history. He only in bowl games to 12 or 15 losses. Yes, I'm calling out Bo Schembechler. He was a good athletic director. Found the right pieces to win a national title. With Lloyd Carr after firing. I think it's Gary Moeller. I think his name was. And he helped. He got Steve Fisher, he fired Bill Frieder and got Steve Fisher to coach the Michigan team to winning a national title in basketball, athletic director. He was an overrated ass football coach because he could not get the job done.
Bo Schembechler?
Bo Schembechler was fucking overrated. The only thing he could do is win conference titles, but when it came down to the postseason and putting him in national title contention, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't do a damn job. If you were gonna fire anybody, that's the motherfucker you should have fired. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Because all he could do was dominate the Big Ten. But when he played USC and all those Pac-10, now Pac-12 schools, he got his ass whooped by those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to
Lord Lewis. He almost got his ass whooped by Memphis one year when Memphis had Chuck Stobar. Let's not forget that.
Exactly. So Bo Schembechler was overrated as hell. Now that Lloyd Carr gave y'all the national title, you ran Lloyd Carr out. You damn near made him have a fucking heart attack.
Because he lost Appalachian State.
But he won a national title for you.
Let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this in Michigan's defense. I'm not a Michigan fan, but Lloyd Carr is the best fucking coach they ever had, second to Bo Schembechler. At least Lloyd Carr won some fucking bowl games.
Exactly. He competed with SEC schools. He competed with Pac-12 schools. He did the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Bo Schembechler couldn't win the big game for the most part. So, looking at the research, most of your fucking championships came before 1932. You have 11 national titles. Out of the 11 national titles, 7 of those motherfuckers came before 1932. Because they won one in 32, 33, 47, 48 in 1997. And this is all, Schembechler didn't win any of those championships. I don't think he was even an assistant on the team when they won those championships. But you ran Lloyd Carr out. You ran a couple of other coaches, Brady Hoke, which I'll give you justification for running Brady Hoke out. I'll give you justification for running Shits Rodriguez out. I'll give you justification for that.
Yeah, I'm put like this: Rich Rodriguez and Gary Moulton. Rich Rodriguez was the worst hire Michigan ever had. I don't want to get into that because he tried to bring a whole lot of shit that worked in West Virginia that wasn't going to work with Michigan. That's what had Michigan excited. Brady Hoke, yeah, he did have a glimmer of hope when they did go to that Sugar Bowl to play Virginia Tech. But the problem with Brady Hoke was this. Dude could not recruit he could barely recruit, okay? But when it came to recruiting quarterbacks, he was lazy in that department. He would promote wide receivers or tight ends to become quarterbacks and shit. I mean, Denard Robinson. Denard Robinson, he made it public that he did not like playing in a pro style offense. I mean, and let's be real. When Lloyd Carr was at Michigan, Michigan was primarily a pass first, run later West Coast offense team. Okay, Rich Rodriguez get in there. They wanted to run that West Virginia offense. Okay, yeah, he recruited personnel, but that shit didn't even fucking work. Then when Brady Hoke took over, brung his offensive coordinator. Excuse me. I'm trying to think who his name was. Because he was the quarterback. He was the offensive coordinator when Auburn had that undefeated season with Josh Campbell and Cadillac Williams.
Right.
I can't think of his name, but when he brought him in, dude ran the same type of shit, and Denard didn't like doing that. And that's what got Brady Hoke fired, man. He did not want to recruit. Brady Hoke couldn't recruit. He couldn't recruit no fucking quarterbacks. But the one thing I will give Brady Hoke an edge on Jim Harbaugh is this: he don't handicap none of his position coaches. And that's Harbaugh's problem. Look at Harbaugh Stanford. He knew not to handicap David Shaw. So yeah, I think really the problem they all talking about, and Urban Meyer said it best. He said it's not the guy that's calling the plays of the offense is who's under center. And Shea Patterson ain't getting it fucking done, dog. I gotta agree with Urban Meyer on that shit. He said it in a subtle way. He didn't say it like excuse me, to demean Harbaugh or anything, but he said it in so many subtle ways. You ain't got, it's not the offensive coordinator's fault. The offense is the shit. Mm-hmm. It's the fucking quarterback. And for Shea Patterson to say, I kind of played in this offense before. Playing this, they don't play like it. And the fucking backup quarterback was playing better than his ass before he went out with a concussion.
Yeah, I agree.
So, and it ain't Harbaugh because looking at their schedule, yeah, they're going to beat Rutgers. But look further down the schedule before the Ohio State game and the Michigan State game. They got to go to Maryland. That's a trap game. Hell, Iowa's a trap game. Matter of fact, look at Michigan's schedule right now. Iowa's a trap game. Penn State a trap game. Maryland a trap game. You know Michigan State ain't no trap game.
Yeah, Michigan State is. They are who they are. So definitely on that.
Yep.
On that end, they are who they are. Definitely with Michigan State.
Yep. So it's not just Harbaugh. It's the guy that is and it ain't the guy that's called the plays. It's the guy that's it's the guy that is under center, and it's Shea Patterson's fault. So Michigan will turn it around. Somebody said on YouTube, you gotta cut the head of the snake off in order to get better.
Right.
So it's a catch-22 with that. You can't fault the offensive coordinator. Shea Patterson, he failed. And in my opinion, he failed on all expectations in his ladder as being a standout transfer. Because look what Oklahoma's doing. Come on, Baker Mayfield transferred from Texas Tech, won the Heisman. Kyler Murray transferred from Texas A&M, won the Heisman. Jalen Hurts is transferred from Alabama, who's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah. I will say this. The kid from Ohio State, Fields, he may give
Justin Fields, he may be second, but I wouldn't be surprised if now he may have a couple. I'm gonna tell you the trap game for him, Michigan State, because he's gonna have a bad game against them. But he playing some damn good ball right now. 70% of his passes. Shit.
Oh yeah, and like I said, man, he could fuck around and be a Heisman Trophy winner. If not this year, probably his junior or senior year if he stays that long. Because he was the number one quarterback in the country, running neck and neck with Trevor Lawrence. Because Trevor Lawrence, I think, was number 2, number 1 on certain polls and stuff like that coming out of high school, and both of those guys coming out of Atlanta. And like I say, shout out to the head coaches out there in the state of Atlanta, bringing out these beautiful quarterbacks out there. Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? Even though Corey Wolf say, the jury's out on Trevor Lawrence, still, the fact that these high school coaches, from Stone Mountain, Stevenson High School on to Gainesville High School and those little high schools, College Park High School and all those little high schools out there in Atlanta, shout out to y'all for bringing out great quarterbacks year in and year out there in Atlanta, man. People don't give ATL enough love in terms of that. But in the last 10 years, Cam Newton, you know what I'm saying, with his dress wearing ass, you know what I'm saying, when his ass ain't wearing dresses, he balling. The motherfucker balling.
True.
So shout out to the high school coaches out there in the Atlanta metropolitan area for bringing great quarterbacks year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? So I think just go ahead.
And let me say something on what Corey Wolf said. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback, but the reason why he's looking bad this year is because he doesn't have any dependable receivers.
That's true.
So,
but he has He has a running game though.
But he got a running game. That's one thing I like about Trevor Lawrence. He ain't no, oh well, I'm gonna run first. I see everybody wide open. I'm just gonna run. No, where wide open is, ain't nobody open. He gonna run. He does have common sense.
That's true. And as for Clemson, like I say, and this is not to take nothing away from Trevor Lawrence last year. The only reason why Clemson won the national title last year is because their defense stopped Alabama in goal line / red zone situation. This is not to take anything away from Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence did what he needed to do. He took advantage of the situation when they got stopped at the goal line and took advantage of that shit. That's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. But when push comes to a shove, if it wasn't for that Clemson defense to put the clamps down on Tua and Jalen Butthurts before he became Jalen, hurting people right now this year, you know what I'm saying? Then that team, it would have been a shootout from pillar to post, from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, I had a roommate that was living with me. Shout out to him. No shade on you, brother. But I'm like, damn, man, stop putting more anchovies on the pizza than what it is. Yes, Lawrence is good. You know what I'm saying? If he beats Alabama again, I don't know much of a. He has an argument that he's probably the greatest college quarterback of all time. Let the season play out. The kid's still a sophomore, and then he still got to fulfill his junior season. You know what I'm saying? So let the kid play his eligibility. Let him play out the year. Yeah, Clemson more than likely is probably going to win the ACC championship. But again, like I said about the defense of Clemson, the defense of Clemson beat Alabama more than Trevor Lawrence. Only thing Trevor Lawrence did was take advantage of those opportunities. That's what he's supposed to do. He did everything he was supposed to do to win, to make sure to seal the deal. That's the only thing he did. He's just like a pitcher in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. You know what I'm saying? Closing the game out, trying to seal a 2-run, 3-run, 4-run lead. That's what Trevor Lawrence basically did in last year's game. That's not taking. I'm not throwing no shade on that kid. I think that kid is balling. But it was the defense. It was the front 7, front 6 that sealed that deal. You know what I'm saying? When Alabama got to the goal line, Alabama could drive downfield, but they couldn't score at the goal line. That said a lot about Alabama's offense. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen Tua look that bad.
No.
But again, Clemson's defense is going to have to carry this team again. They're going to have to carry this team. Because if they get in a situation where they have to get into a shootout with the Alabama, hell, Ohio State might give them problems. Because Ohio State, just like Michigan.
Fucking Ohio State, dude. Ohio State is fucking loaded, man.
Ohio State recruits in SEC country.
Yes, like and again, they are loaded on every damn position. You name it, they loaded.
Exactly. So
let me say this. I like Ohio State. I'm not the biggest Ohio State fan. I'd be very scared.
Yeah. They're ultra scary. Real shit. They're ultra scary.
On both ends of the
offensively
and defensively.
Yeah. That's true. So
that's omnipotent scary.
I know. Oh yeah.
But like you said, Clemson got to if the wide receivers don't step their game up, Clemson's defense is gonna have to help them out this year. Because now last year, it was when they won the national title, it was a 50-50 effort.
Exactly.
And then when they won the title with Deshaun Watson, it was not just the defense, but it was also Nick Saban's fucked up play calling. Yes, I'm a Bama fan, but you also had to fault Nick Saban's coaching on that shit. I'm saying it here. You know,
Exactly. The rare times you can blame Nick Saban for losing a title. Not just that, Nick Saban, I'll put it on Nick Saban as well as Jalen Hurts, because Jalen Hurts should have controlled the ball instead of running in the touchdown. Yes, he made the right decision by scoring the touchdown, but he should have, you know what I'm saying? He should have been more the play calling on Nick Saban, you know what I'm saying, throughout the course of the game. Yes, that was on him.
and also when the running back went out with the broken fibula, they kept going to the pass game. I'm like, y'all got the damn lead, just run the ball.
Exactly.
Run the ball, burn clock.
Exactly. And they're the only team to like punish that Clemson that defensive line of Clemson. Because Clemson, like I say, that part of South Carolina, you know, South Carolina is a small state. You know, I think the city of Houston is like 3/4 of the state of South Carolina. But for some odd reason, those guys push out defensive linemen like it's like they pushing out beef out there. You know, I don't know what's in the water, what's in the food. I don't know what's going on out there. You know, this goes all the way back to the Perry brothers, you know, William Refrigerator Perry and his little brother who played for the Cleveland Browns, 6-time Pro Bowler. You know, you got Albert Haynesworth that came out that state. You know, that's just to name a few. I don't know what the hell they're eating out there, but those motherfuckers be pushing out defensive linemen. R.J. Reynolds of the Florida State, you know, all the first team All-American defensive end came out of that part of South Carolina. So I don't know what the hell they eating over there in the state of South Carolina. You know, Jadeveon Clowney. I don't know what they eating over there, but those motherfuckers be pushing out defensive linemen like it's nobody's business. So again, the defense is gonna have to step it up this year for Clemson. Otherwise, they could be looking at an upset. Don't be shocked if an upset happens with Clemson. If that offense doesn't do what they need to do, don't be shocked. But I feel like they should be able to run through the ACC pretty easily. But don't be surprised if an upset happens. I don't know where it's going to come from. I'm saying it now. And, you know, I want to see Clemson. I want to see Alabama get their revenge. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing you know, Alabama get their revenge. But don't be shocked if Clemson shits the bed. You know what I'm saying? Or shits on themselves. So don't be shocked. I don't know who it could be, but it could be an upset happening. But if nothing happens, you know, I think Clemson will run through most people until they either play A, Ohio State, or B, play Alabama again. Because you beat Nick Saban 2 years in a row, you know, I'm gonna tip my head off to you, but I don't think he can do it 2 years in a row because Nick. Say what Nick's. Yeah, I don't think Nick Saban gonna lose 2 years in a row. So
I'm put like this. I see Oklahoma more than likely. I'm gonna tell you what the playoff gonna go down to. It's gonna be Alabama, Oklahoma. Thanks to ESPN hyping it up. Clemson and Ohio State. I would not be surprised we see Clemson play Oklahoma again, and we see Alabama play Ohio State.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
And we get round 4, Alabama and Clemson again. Mark my words. Quote me on that up, y'all. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yep. All right, Jimmy. Now this is a subject I like to. I'm gonna throw some shots at it. Throw some shots at it on somebody on here.
Mm-hmm.
All together, Jimmy, when I say this, hey, Kansas basketball fans, don't say that Jimmy J and I were the ones to tell you so, but we told you so. Kansas basketball is getting ready to face possible NCAA probation. On my premiere episode, I believe, on Let's Draw on Something, the mother of a former Kansas basketball player, Billy Preston, who didn't even have a chance to dribble a ball on the Kansas court, said in her own way, this is going to happen. She said this 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They said 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And I'll be damned, it happened. Our boy, shout out to him, Corey Wolf reported that, and I'm gonna pull it up here what he shared us in the group, that KU will be charged with lack of institutional control, along with more. Boy, I don't know what to say about Kansas. You know, they've been dirty since Larry Brown. Since Larry Brown was there.
Man,
And
shit
then
goes all the way. That shit goes all the way back to Ted Owens. Shit, that they've been dirty since then. Shit, you know.
And from what I read, it said the NCAA's enforcement staff has charged the University of Kansas with lack of institutional control and Jayhawks basketball coach Bill Selfish with head coach responsibility violations. Told you so. Those are among the most serious charges levied against Kansas itself, and NCAA knows the allegations. The university received money. They're charged with 5 level 1 violations, the most serious under NCAA rules, as well as 2 level 2 related to the school's football program under former coach David Betty. Have 90 days, has 3 months to respond to the charges. In release, the school noted that, quote unquote, it is already clear from an initial review that the university will fiercely dispute in detail much of what is presented. And there's more. NCAA bylaw 11.1.1.1 states that a quote unquote head coach is presumed to be responsible for the actions of all staff members who report directly or indirectly to the head coach. The head coach will be accountable for violations in the program unless he or she can rebut the presumption of responsibility. Under NCAA rules, a head coach can receive a show cause order and be suspended up to an entire season for level 1 violations or up to half a season for level 2. The length of the suspension is determined by the Committee on Infractions and depends on the severity of the violation or violations committed, the level of the coach's involvement, and any other aggravating or mitigating factors. The enforcement staff indicated in the notice of allegations that it believed a hearing panel would enter a show cause order against Self for his involvement in 3 of the level 1 allegations. The enforcement staff indicated that Kansas assistant Curtis Townsend could receive a show cause order in 2 of those allegations. Responding to the allegations, Kansas said in a statement, let's just be real, a well-prepared statement that voluminous evidence demonstrates uncontestably that he did, in fact, promote an atmosphere of compliance and fully monitored his staff. The university fully supports Coach Self and his staff. But there's also more because with the Adidas thing, which again, Miss Nicole predicted. Billy Press's mom, and we follow each other on Twitter. Miss Nicole predicted this shit was gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. Let me pull it up. Early this month. Oh, and this was said, the utmost concern NCAA enforcement staff is the Kansas coaching staff's relationship with Adidas and its employees. The sneaker company was at the center of a federal investigation into bribes and other corruption in college basketball over the past 2 years. The Jayhawks are the company's flagship program and signed a, get this, 14-year, $196 million apparel and sponsorship extension in April. The fuck? Early this month, former Adidas consultant TJ Gasnola was sentenced to probation and fined for his role in pay-for-play schemes to steer recruits to Kansas and other Adidas-sponsored programs. During closing arguments in a federal criminal case in New York in October, an attorney for former Adidas executive James Gatto told the jury that his client approved a $20,000 payment to current Kansas player Silvio De Souza's guardian only after Self and Townsend requested the payment through Gasnola. Gatto, former Adidas consultant Merrill Code, and aspiring business manager Christian Dawkins were found guilty on felony charges of wire fraud and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The three were accused of paying money from Adidas to the families of recruits to ensure that they signed with Adidas-sponsored schools and then with the sneaker company and certain financial planners and agents once they turned pro. Gatto was accused of working with Gasnola to facilitate $90,000 from Adidas, the former Jayhawks recruit. Yeah, I say him. Yeah, I don't want to say him because we know who he is. And agreeing to pay 20 G's to Finney Famanga, Salsa's guardian, to help him, quote unquote, get out from under a pay-for-play scheme to attend Maryland, which is sponsored by Under Armour. The allegations included that Gasnola paid $15,000 to an unidentified individual to give to the mother recruit DeAndre Ayton, who signed with Arizona, and that Gasnola communicated in a text message to Self that he had, quote, that he had let Self down when Ayton signed with the Wildcats. That information had previously been disclosed in the criminal trial. I don't want to go on from there, but Jimmy J, what are your thoughts?
The Kansas Jayhawk have always had some type of corruption. That goes back to the Ted Owens days, which he's the only coach they've ever fired in history, but they had some investigations during his time frame. And then they got Larry, always got a frown Brown. Larry Brown, of course, even in spite of them giving a national title, him bringing them a national title, the NCAA, from my understanding, made a deal with the Kansas Jayhawks. You do either one or two things, because they could have easily been the first team that had to vacate a national title. But they was like, you do one or two things. You don't play in the 1989 NCAA tournament, or you have to vacate your national title, from what I've read. And they decided not to play in the NCAA tournament in 1989, which was the last time, from my memory, that the Kansas Jayhawks did not play in the NCAA tournament. And I think that was Roy Williams' first year as the head coach, from my understanding. Larry Brown has a history of being corrupt, from UCLA to SMU, which he made them SMPU. You know what I'm saying? After doing a magnificent job to turn around, after doing a magnificent job turning around the program, guess what? He did the same shit he did at UCLA and at Kansas. So nobody's shocked that Bill Selfish, or Bill Celibitch, however you want to call that, or Hell Bitch, however you want to call Bill Selfish, but Bill Selfish is full of shit. As we stated, Billy Preston's mother, shout out to her, as well as his father as well. I know they don't live in this; they're not married at all, but I know he's contributed to, having say so on Billy Preston's future, because when they when the team out in Europe, I'm not sure the exact team, but whatever that EuroLeague team they went to not only Miss Preston, they went to the father as well. You know what I'm saying? But we know they're not together. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, but more so the mom, because I think mom have really been more vocal, and she has done more of the head leg work. This not to take away from the father, but she's done more of the lead work. So I will give a woman props for what she deserves, and Miss Preston's mom definitely deserved the props on this particular situation. If Kansas is found to be corrupt, they should be the second team to get their national title stripped of them, which means the national championship will be vacant in 2008, where Memphis fans have to remember that heartbreak of the 2008. But like the song with Living Color once said, you can tear a building down, but you can't take away the memory, as they say in that song. That memory will still fly with Memphis. Had Memphis not vacated their particular Final Four, they would probably be honored with a national title. But I don't know how they do it now. You know, they're probably gonna make it vacant like the Louisville national title. But nevertheless, Kansas, the fake Hawks. I got names for every goddamn team, so you get used to it. I got a name for every goddamn team, man. Damn near, man. If I'm on top of my game, I got a name for every goddamn team. But the fake Hawks, the Kansas pump fake Hawks, because that's what they have a history of doing, pump faking and faking a Hawk. So the Kansas pump fake Hawks, they deserve every ounce of foot up their ass from the NCAA. Yes, I'm for players for getting paid. Even though people use the excuse of education, the rules is the rules, and if they tell you don't pay to play, that's just what the game. That's just the way it is. So, nevertheless, the Kansas pump fake Hawks is getting what they deserve, and Bill Selfish need to get his ass up out of there. You know, simple as that. I think they're guilty as charged, and they need a foot up their entire asses, and time to move around, like we say out here in Houston. So, yeah, and again, we told you so. That's what we knew. We knew what was up. We told you so. So, nevertheless,
Yep. I mean, I got nothing to say about that, but you also, I was never a fan of Bill Self's recruiting. Some of the athletes that he did recruit. Now, granted, Mario Chalmers he really was the best one. Corey Wolf pointed out another guy because of his grades change, so because he never passed math. His last two picks, what's his name? Josh Jackson. Who's now Memphis Grizzly. He kind of him and my ex-wife's son kind of favor. That way they both favor each other. You look at them in face wise. And the other guy, I'm trying to think. The one that came back to Memphis and never gave reason as a personal matter. Some of his recruits, and then he had the Woods brothers, and really that's what pissed me off. You get the fucking Woods brothers, and you still can't make it further into the NCAA's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I got nothing more to say about that, but Billy Preston's mom, Miss Nicole, called it. She called this shit 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
So we all said, and I speak for her on this. Don't say not only she was the one to tell you so, and we didn't tell y'all, you Kansas fans, so, but we told you so.
Yeah, we told y'all ass so.
We told y'all so. We told y'all. And shout out to Rock Chalk on Twitter, since you still got me blocked. You remember that guy I was telling you about, Jimmy, the black dude that nerd called another black dude racist.
that extra emotional ass nigga.
Yeah.
Extra emotional ass Jayhawk fan. I'm sorry, pump fake Hawk fan. That's what they do. Pump fake Hawk fan. Man.
Yeah, he has a Twitter. You pull his Twitter up, see if he says something. It's capital R in Rock and capital C in Chalker.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me. He has me blocked on Twitter. And he couldn't say shit after I told him. I said, dude, how am I racist? I said, you talking about you recognize skin color. You live in one of the most racist states there is, Arizona.
Exactly. He all over the place, but
bless his heart.
Yeah.
But I'm calling you out too, Rock Chalk. So I mean, if you want to debate me, if you want to do a little podcast or live stream, if you want to debate me about some things, hey, I'm available. It's just all on you.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, I got Stone. We both got balls. So, like if I call you out on your thing or whatever, or if you feel like I said, let me refresh that. I'm issuing the challenge to you. If you want to come and join me on my show on Let's Draw something, you and I, whoever was my one viewer, sorry you had to go. Apologize for that. But if you want to join me to air some things out, that's cool. But let me tell you something, dog. You can't, blocking me on Twitter don't solve no problems. And since you said that, and I still remember what you told me on Twitter, you and I both the same skin color, homie. Well, homie, since we both the same skin color, since we're both men, henceforth the word men, accept my challenge accept my invite. I'm pretty sure you got all the time in the world. Hey, and then, not to rub you the wrong way, I looked on your Twitter page one time, and you said that you have a daughter that attends Kansas. Now I'm not crossing the line here. You're the parent of a Kansas student. So I'm pretty sure, and if me and you the same age, or if you maybe a little bit older than me, younger than me, vice versa, because I'll be 41 next month. If you got the time, I'm gonna invite you on Let's Draw on something. Jimmy, feel free to join in, but it's just myself and you. It's A and B. Now, do you want better, Rock Chalker? It's A. I'm A. You're B. No one's not seeing their way into this. Matter of fact, we gonna do a little something what Skip Bayless did on Disputed with T.O. when he had T.O. on the show. So guess what? You're my T.O., Rock Chalker, and I'll be Skip Bayless. Because I'm inviting you on my show. That's if you got the balls. Now, since you had the balls to call me racist, I got the balls to call you out for an invite on my show. That way we can debate on a lot of stuff. And Jimmy knows I don't back down and Jimmy, right or wrong. When I'm called out, I don't reject right or wrong. Because we ain't gonna get into that situation.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree.
So
But
I'm calling Rock Chalker out. So if anybody that if anybody that knows Rock Chalker, tell him I'm inviting him on a very special Let's Draw something so we can clear some things out about his beloved program, his beloved love for Kansas basketball, and I'm going to clarify to him about calling me a racist because again, and I'll say it again, black people are more prejudiced than they are racist. Now we're moving right along to a little fan question here. Well, Jimmy, you got anything else to say on that Kansas issue for?
I've already said what I need to say about pump fake the
The,
pump fake hawk.
I call them the Kansas Gay Hawks. How about that? I got one better.
Yeah, the gay hawks. Yeah.
So so we got a fan question here. Um, this one comes from Hanson. Yeah, that's his name, Hanson, down in Tampa, Florida. And subject is Lane Kiffin. Said, "Hello, Craig, Jimmy. I got a bone to pick with Jimmy. Why, you ask? Well, been going back and listening to some things on the Let's Draw Something in the Jimmy JSmoove network, and he would always take digs at Lane Kiffin. There was one show in which Craig basically had to put Jimmy in his place in regards about when Lane Kiffin's first year at Florida Atlantic, which they did pretty damn good, by the way, because they had a damn good offensive coordinator, Kendall Browse. But Jimmy was still throwing salvo shots by calling Lane Kiffin Lame Kiffin. Jimmy, I like to tell you this. He is not lame anymore. Granted, yeah, he got Charlie Weiss Jr.'s son trying to call his offense, trying to call the Lane Kiffin offense his way. But there's nothing lame about Lane. Mind you, I'm not a Tennessee fan, but I did not like the way Lane left. And also Craig did make some good points about that. So Jimmy, I ask you, will you please stop your hate of Lane Kiffin? And also I want to know, what do you still have? And if so, do you still have heat with Lane Kiffin? And also why? P.S. Stop calling him Lane.
Hell no, I'm not gonna stop calling that motherfucker lame. Because first of all, the motherfucker should not have left Tennessee the first goddamn place.
Wait a minute. I gotta say, wait a minute, Jimmy. I gotta say something, dog. Hold on, dog. Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You got it now. Wait a minute. You got to do Lane. Now you got to do Lane Kiffin a solid. Now I'm not calling him Lane. Hanson's question is on point. You don't berate. He didn't berate you. He didn't check you or nothing. He didn't check you, Jimmy. Now I got Hanson on this because when Lane Kiffin took over for Florida Atlantic, they got into a 10-3 record, the highest scoring offense in the country. His first year, put up the most points, gave it, and then almost, they were upper mid level nationally in the defensive rankings in his first year. Because see, he had Kendall Browse. Okay, so and then the second year, his offensive coordinator, and now when Kendall left to go down there with Slick Willie. And in my opinion, I think Kendall needs to go back to Florida Atlantic because Charlie Weiss's son is doing a shitty job right now. So that's the one thing. But Lane has a whole lot more drawbacks than anything. True, the way he left Tennessee, that was some fuck shit. And Lane has grown up from that. Now, I'm gonna get a flow to you because I have some things. Because I'm gonna get a flow to you, Jimmy. Because I got some things to say about my heat with Lane in a minute. But go ahead.
Here's my thing. I'm gonna continue to call that motherfucker lame when he fucking up. That's the first and foremost. I ain't gonna stop. Everybody's coach, team, including my goddamn team, gonna get it. If Mike Norvell being Mike hell, he done fucked up again. That's his new name now. When he fucks up, his name gonna go back to Mike hell. You done fucked this game up again. Everybody gets it, including my team. I criticize everybody equally and respectfully as well. God damn it. So I'm gonna call him lame when he fucking up. First of all, Lane should not have left Tennessee first and foremost. Yes, USC was a more prestigious job based on national titles. But here's the thing. Tennessee got to play Alabama every year. They played Alabama every year since the 1902, I think it is, from my understanding, because it's like 100 plus. They've been playing for well over 100 years, from my understanding. Mm-hmm. So most of their national championships or potential national championships have been knocked out by Alabama. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about before the 1960s and then afterward, so we got to run into Alabama. Who's your version of Alabama you got to play in the Pac-12? Ain't because you got like damn near like y'all up there in the top 5 most national titles, but you don't have a version of Alabama you got to play. You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't.
So in recent years, you've had to play Alabama. So that's first and foremost. But again, he should not have left Tennessee for USC. He should have built Tennessee. And if he wanted to go to, then, I could do for making a better opportunity. But after a year with a program like Tennessee, he could have built Tennessee. Tennessee could have probably dodged a few fucked up situations that they're currently in because they didn't went through the Dooley guy and they didn't went through bitch Jones. We didn't went through a plethora, and we finna go through Jeremy, you blew it. We finna go through him.
Oh, and by the way, an update. Butch Jones is interested in the Rutgers job. Continue.
Congratulations to him as well. You know, got a payout from Tennessee in finna get a Rutgers job. But the thing with Lane Kiffin, aka Lane Kiffin, when he fucking up, is Lane shouldn't have went back to USC. That was a big mistake. He should have built his resume somewhere else and then go to USC. He got handed the Oakland Raiders, finna soon to be Las Vegas Raiders. He got handed that job. You know, he basically got handed the Tennessee job, but he had more room to fuck up at Tennessee than he did at USC, because if you're not winning the national championships or you don't have the potential to win the national championships, people at USC gonna be calling your head. And plus, USC is a private institution. So even though Pete Carroll did a good job of recruiting, not just in the state of California, but nationwide, because he recruited a lot of great nationwide recruits. He kept the best in California home, and he got some of the best in the country. You know, but that's hard to do at a private institution that requires a 3.0 grade point average, which most kids ain't got the academic smarts, academic intelligence, keyword academic intelligence, to get that type of academics. Now, their standards is not Stanford academic standards. Their standards is not no standards. Hell, they're not even the same league as Vanderbilt, but you do have to make a 3.0 at the University of Spoiled Children. So that's going to make you a little bit harder to recruit to a certain degree. So that's the reason why he should have stayed his lame ass at Tennessee. That's first and foremost. Now, he's doing a good job at Florida Atlantic. Stay there. My best thing is stay there. Whatever you do, stay there as long as you can. And then when a big job comes, then jump on that job. Build your resume, because he's doing what he needs to do at Florida Atlantic. So I can't call him lame at this present time. You know what I'm saying? Because he's doing a good job there. Stay there for about 5, 6, 7 years. And then if you're ready for a big head coaching job like Florida State, because you'll be ready for that job then. Because then now you can show you can build something. You know, but don't job hop all the goddamn time. Build your resume at the job and then move around. Build your finances at your job and then start your business or become self-employed. Sometimes the problem with a lot of people, and this is a universal talking point, is sometimes people, you know what I'm saying, want a big job too soon before they're ready for it. And that's the problem with college football. Shout out to Willie. Willie, you trash Taggart. Until he gets his shit together, I'm gonna get on Willie, you trash Taggart. You know what I'm saying? You should have stayed your ass at Oregon and handled your business there before you came to Florida State. Or Florida.
Bro, you went out.
No, okay, but yeah, he Florida State. You know, Willie Taggart at Florida State. So
your mic, something up with your mic, dude. Jimmy, something up with your mic, man. This man muted himself.
Can you hear me loud and clear?
All right.
Okay, but Willie Taggart at Florida State. Right now they Florida, not Florida, but Florida. They
Florida. I call them Florida State.
Florida State. Good comeback on that. But right now they looking like Florida State, and he ain't gonna get that name back until he gets it together. The problem is he job hopped, and if he gets fired at Florida State, that's gonna be all Willie Taggart, because he could have built Oregon. He had the foundation to build Oregon, and look at compared to what Florida State doing right now. Mm-hmm. And that was the same thing with Lane Kiffin at USC. Is, you know, he jumped on the big job too soon. So again, build what you have first. You know what I'm saying? And then move around. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying to Lane Kiffin. I can't call you lame now, but if you start fucking up at Florida Atlantic, you're gonna become lame again. Because that's what you did. Because you did something lame. But it's good, build what you got over there at Florida Atlantic first. That's all I'm saying on that, man.
All right. My beef with I am, first of all, I don't have no beef with Lane Kiffin. With the exception of his first year at Alabama, when he was offensive coordinator at Alabama. He costed Alabama, he costed us a national title. I repeat, he costed us a chance to face Oregon for the national title.
Mm-hmm.
Because he reverted back to the dickwad Lane Kiffin back at Tennessee. Because he kept calling his play calling was suspect. He kept calling the same shit over and over and over, and Ohio State's defense was on to it. He wasn't mixing shit up. He decided to get conservative on a whole lot of shit. And
Mm-hmm.
and he really lost me a little favor on it. But however, he bounced back that second year. He grew the fuck up. Nick Saban was staying on his ass. Now, another thing, one thing I can't say, Jimmy, you can't take it away from him. Lane Kiffin ain't no punk, dog. Cause he ain't, because when Nick Saban was chewing his ass out, hey, Lane Kiffin was chewing his ass out, was chewing Nick Saban out. So that go to show you how much respect they got for each other. Mm-hmm. But the way that, and the way he did Tennessee, and then not to mention, with USC, he was in over his head a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay. He was definitely in over his head. So, but right now I don't, it's no, ain't no beef with Lane. I don't have no issues with Lane Kiffin, man. I mean, if he can get Charlie, like I said, my only issue is if he can get Charlie Weiss's son on the same page about with that damn offense, running that offense the way it's supposed to be, and they'll be all right. They'll be all right,
Oh yeah, and then he already got a connection to Florida as well. Of course, FAU gonna get the leftover Florida talent, but it ain't nothing wrong with leftovers out of the state of Florida. You can be just like the University of Houston out here. Every once in a while you get a track and field guy out here. You get a Carl Lewis or you get a Calvin Lewis. Out here. So it's one of those things to where he's in the right place at the right time. But I say stay there about at least 5 more years before you jump to the big job. Build that program, get you a couple of conference titles out there, and then move on to the next. You'll be, you know what I'm saying, graduate from where you at first before you try to get too advanced. You know what I'm saying? What's the next question, brother? Fan question. I should say.
Well, yeah, it's more of a fan question to me. It said, "Hello, Craig." This came. Oh, my bad. This comes from Nadine in Memphis. Said, "Hello, Craig. Listen, what she say? She said, I was sporadically listening to your Let's Draw on Something podcast every chance I get when I'm not working. I know this is kind of like a touchy subject for you, but the anniversary of your father, I remember you posted on Facebook, or remember you talked about on Jimmy's show about with the dedication of your father, that the anniversary of your dad's passing is coming up. Did you have, how did she wrote this? So I was reading it too fast. Okay. She wanted to know, have I, since that day 2 years ago, said, has any of his old colleagues called to check? Has any of his old colleagues from FedEx have called to check on moms or let alone you to stay in contact with you, see how you all have been with a loss like that? No. I mean, not empathic no, but no as in strong quotations. Um, but I am, but several people have talked to moms and stuff like that, you know, ever since his passing. But but on the day I am going to recall that on the day that he did pass away, because that actually this is a two-part question. Some folks had reached out and stuff to me, and most of them were talking with moms and stuff like that, and that's going to be a and well, I thought about doing a podcast just to talk about that day, but that day is a little bit more covered on the Jimmy JSmoove Network episode of Dedication to Craig Smith Sr. I advise everybody to listen to that one. Some people did have currently staying talk with moms. You know, I'm just, you know, and for me personally, I'm disappointed. I'm still am. I'm disappointed in one cat by the name of Ronnie Bowen. I call him Slick. I was very disappointed. I'm let alone I'm appalled. I'm still appalled at the fact that he didn't show up for my pops' funeral. And you know that was his partner. And they've been tight since they started working at FedEx in 2001. So I mean, my question to him is, what's your excuse? Why you didn't show up? You know, so yeah, Nadine. I mean, yeah, that is kind of personal, and I'm not mad with you for asking me that question, but yeah, some people some folks stay in contact more with some pops colleagues stay in contact more with moms than they do with me, because most of them particularly didn't care too much for me, and some just didn't too much fuck with me, which leads to the second question about her. She said you also had mentioned not on this, not when she said you also mentioned on a couple of your shows several rampages that you particularly care too much for. One of them was by a gentleman, Neil King. Did he know anything? Did he know anything? How did he feel about your pops' passing, and or in general? Um, Shout out to Reggie Watkins, by the way. That's Neil's friend. Um, Now I can tell the story now. Reggie went out his way to text me to ask me how everything was holding up or something like that. And I guess, Reggie was being courteous and respectful, probably the fact, I was talking to him because, Reggie, he had lost he had lost both his mother and grandmother in the same year. They were almost a month apart, I believe. Uh, we were talking, and I just all of a sudden just asked him. I said, "Hey, does your buddy Neil know about it?" He said, "No." So I'm gonna text him. Okay, so I guess he texted him, and I told him, I said, "Well, hey, pass my number along to Neil. That way he can call me and find out what's going on. If he want funeral information or information for the wake, either or vice versa, or wake information to attend the wake or to attend the funeral, he can get it from me." Little fat bastard didn't even bother calling. So, and I'm saying that I call him this because, Neil, good guy. Like I said about my manager at my job I was let go from, I said his acronym, Coco. The studio name, Coco. Neil is a good guy, but professional wise, I don't know what it was he had with me. Now, granted, I will give Neil one thing. Neil's an avid Notre Dame fan. He a Notre Dame football fan, and he very vocal about the shit they do. He was very vocal about Ty Willingham. What's his name? What's his name? Ty Willingham.
Uh huh. Ty Willingham, correct.
When the way they got rid of him. When and Neil had the best breakdown about it ever. He said, "You can stand here and tell." He said, and "I ain't gonna never forget the words." He said, "quote unquote." He said, "Notre Dame can lie all they want to. It wasn't all about the money. It was all about the color."
Exactly.
And he had a good ass point. Like, damn, you know, no matter how you look at it, and like he said, no matter how you look at it, you know, times in a good conversation. But when he got his, I think when he had got his rep agent spot back. Now I'm understanding. Now he went to culinary school, so he's a that was by shit. What's his 19? Whenever it was he left to go to culinary school. You know, he probably didn't pass. Now he's probably work. He's probably head chef now. He's probably doing his little Gordon Ramsay thing. Uh, you know, I give him that. But him as a rampage, you know, when he was my rampage man, that dude showed me total disrespect towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that is a no-no. You in position of leadership and you show disrespect, you show respect toward most some of your peers you like, but you show disrespect toward one. We got a problem.
Exactly.
So, you know, huh?
I said exactly. I'm agreeing with you. I'm in agreement.
You know, and you know, like I said, you know, Neil, he had, like I said, he had his little quirk, he had his little quirks and shit like that. But you know, I'm not crying or I'm not in my feelings about some things about the dude. You know, yeah, he's 3 months older than I am. But Neil just didn't have any fucking tact about himself. He just didn't have any respect for me. And you know, I definitely like to know why. Um, and, you know, and I felt ever since, and really, I still feel this day. You know, ever since, he when he got it when he got his rampage spot back at the time he was working at FedEx, and then let alone he helped Reggie get a rampage spot too. I I felt Neil had his nose up in his ass too much. He was enjoying the smell of his own shit a little bit too much.
Agreed.
You know, and I always go by my little personal creole. If I treat you with respect and you treat me with disdain, guess what? Fuck you. I'm still gonna kill
Agreed.
you. I'm still gonna kill you with kindness and move on. That's how I was taught. You know, go to school, treat us the way you like to be treated. You know, if I treat you with respect, you treat me with disdain. Don't get pissed off me when I start disrespecting you.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I agree.
but you know that's how. Then you know that's kind of person that Reggie's friend is or was. I mean, if it is or was, however it is. And you know, I never. And, you know, and he and I we said the same thing. Common. He and I we both Packers fans. So I'll talk about them in another time, by the way. But I don't know. I mean, I just feel, man, probably I think, you know, reason why Neil didn't bother to, you know, to reach out like his friend Reggie did at that time, because maybe he had a little disdain toward me and my pops. And what his issues was with my pops, well, I ain't know. And I let everybody know that right then and there, hey, you got issues with pops, you take it up with him. You got issues with me, you take it up with me. I ain't, you know, but there was one guy that was very respectful about it. He said, "Man, I ain't want to tell Pops about all this other shit, but I figure I tell you to pass along his mom's, maybe you can pass along your mom's, maybe she'll get his ass in line." Okay, yeah, I can roll with you. Say something like that. There was one guy, there was one young man. I'm not saying it, name was Drake. Big shout out to him, by the way. And that was an issue that, it was a little minor issue, but I told Dre it wasn't work related. I told Dre, I said, yeah, I got you. I take care of that, But but Neil, man, like I said, good dude, but I really don't know what the hangups was. I really don't know what his hangup was with me, and I ain't asking him to explain shit to me because as Big Mo man said best,
Mm-hmm.
when a person tell you or ask you to explain something to them, they want you to give them an excuse.
Agreed.
You know, correct them right quick. Say I ain't going to let them know bluntly. I ain't giving you no excuse. I'm gonna give you a reason, and a reason doesn't qualify as an excuse. You know, but I would like to know his reason as to why. Shit, I got to charge my battery. I like to know his reason as to why all of a sudden he has some heat toward me. You know, which should be interesting. I mean, I would like to know that so that way I can debate with him about what's up. So yeah, I mean, Neil, like I said, Neil, like I said, he, like when I worked, like I said, worked with him at the time, he was not, he was not, sometimes he was not, he wasn't a tactful person. He didn't, like I said, he treated others with respect and treated me with contempt. And it was like, and it was like he really didn't want, and it was like he really didn't, it was like he really was like when you ask him a question, he never looks at you and I like when you speak to him like, "Hey Neil, what's going on?" He'll walk right past you, don't even acknowledge you. And then like one time I had to bust him out and say, dude, I said, so we not man enough to acknowledge anybody when speaking to somebody? And then in his smart ass way, no. I said, okay. And I called him a little bitch in front of his face. I did one time. I was like, damn. You know, so I did, dude. So
He deserved it.
yeah, you think yeah, at the time he did. Now to my understanding, hey, he's married now. And I've gone public and said, hey, I'm divorced, so you know, can't nobody throw no shade on me about my divorce, cause you along a few other people know the whole story about that.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So can't throw no pre-programmed shade from the back of your brain about me about my divorce. You don't know the whole story.
Oh, exactly.
So that's what I said. So Neil, like I said, Neil, he was one guy that shit. How can I put it? Great guy, but he was he's very condescending and disrespectful towards me. For what I don't know. But yeah, but like I said, that's my buddy Reggie Watkins' friend, by the way. Oh, and also shout out to my girl Jessica Cowan. Happy birthday. I call that Jessica fucking Cowan. That Jessica I be damn Cowan. Happy birthday. You in turn 33 on the ass, girl. You getting up there. So happy birthday to you. Libra season has started, people.
Most
So
definitely.
Virgos, kindly sit on down. Let Libras do the work. Cause this is our show. Now, Jimmy, a buddy of mine by the name of she and I we used to date. Gonna call her by I'm not gonna my full name, give her respect. I nickname her T.O. All right. Now she had post and now normally when she speaks her mind, and I know her pretty well, when she speaks her mind on something, it'll shock you, and it's like you better listen.
Right.
She made the post the other day. This some girl now. I mean, could have been what could have been. That's all I gotta say. What could have been with me and her. Okay, I didn't blow it. It was just like, what the fuck? You know, I didn't blow that with her, and you know, we both had acknowledged that. But she made a top 10 are not list about Black women that I find very good. And she says this: because I constantly see Black women being berated about foolishness, I am just going to say it and a few other things. Number one, Black women are not required to wait on you to become financially stable. Two, Black women are not required to lower their standard of living or quality of life because you don't have your shit together. Did we not talk about that part there? I went to the film about that.
Yeah, I'm not in disagreement with that. Keep going.
Okay. Number three, Black women are not required to quote unquote hold you down because you are an immature fuckboy.
Okay. I feel
Four,
that.
Black women are not required to endure constant emotional trauma because you aren't willing to do the work to heal yourself and grow the fuck up. We have burnt niggas on that subject plenty of times on both our shows. Let me continue. Black women are not required to be a ride or die if it costs them their mental and emotional well-being.
It depends on the terms of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That's a catch-22 point right there.
Yeah.
So
Number 5 is catch-22 there.
Yeah, definitely a catch-22. Go ahead.
Black women are not required to fix able-bodied men plates of food, iron, or wash their clothes, prepare them breakfast, lunch, and dinner, be the only one taking care of the kids, the parents that need care, and no, they are not required to have sex with you because you bought them something, took them to dinner, or if you are around here abusing them verbally, emotionally, or otherwise.
That's another terms of agreement situation, but
mm-hmm.
Logically speaking, no. I mean, yeah.
7, Black women are not required to overlook your infidelity because of whatever whack ass reason you come up with. Dead that shit and dead it now. Agreed.
I agree, but however,
mm-hmm.
and I have to speak on this.
Go ahead.
Because like for the most part, what she's saying is real shit.
Because she's real.
Yeah, I agree, but I have to say this as well. Everybody's relationship is different.
Right.
Because, like I say, a motherfucker can't really say I ever cheated on them. I never cheated on any woman I've dated in my lifetime.
Me either.
When I was in my 20s, on down. Even when I was a teenager talking to chicks. You know what I'm saying? Either I was in a relationship or I'm fucking the shit out of a whole bunch of hoes. And that just is what it is. So, I never understood this up until, I'll say probably like 7 years ago, right before I left Memphis. A lot of women don't give a shit about dudes cheating. Let me repeat that again. A lot of women don't give a shit about dudes cheating because if you really cared, you would stop it the first time by breaking up with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you women on the internet talking about, well, can't no dude cheat on me. If he cheating on me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do that. But guess what? You're running back to this nigga. So don't get on the internet talking about niggas ain't shit, niggas can't be faithful, niggas this, niggas that. Bitch, you running back to the nigga, first of all. So if you going to run back to the nigga, miss me, hop, skip, Barry Sanders ankle breaker, Allen Iverson ankle breaker, miss me with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, be like, man, go fuck all these hoes. But as long as he take care of home, we good. As long as he can support me as a woman, I'm good. As long as he can do this as a man, as long as I can have a good man. People's requirements for a man is different. That's one thing you have to come to the conclusion. I've seen women be with men for 70 plus years. And dudes still, spanking on little young bitch's ass, not underage, but bitches, way younger than him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the wife clearly don't give a fuck about it. And if you go to her about that shit, she will G-check you about that. So everybody's relationship is different. I'm not saying overlook somebody's infidelity on either side, male or female. But if you truly ain't about dudes cheating, leave the nigga and leave him alone, period. End of discussion. Don't go back trying to run back to the nigga because he got some good dick. Because that's the problem with a lot of you women. You women get some good dick put on you, or somebody stick their face in your kitty cat and make you squirt a couple of times, make you squirt another couple of times, and your mind is gone. Leave.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna leave. If this is the deal breaker of the relationship, leave. Don't come on the internet talking all this. You leave. So you know what I'm saying? Yes, women are not required to overlook infidelity, but if your deal breaker is infidelity, you need to stand on it. A lot of you women aren't going to stand on it. Who's not to stand on it? So stand on it or don't say shit about it. So please continue, sir.
All right, hold on. Okay. Black women are not required to be your, I guess you type, I'm reading like it is, are not required to be your beard because you are incapable of owning up to your sexuality. You do not get to compromise black women's reproductive health and safety because you are either A, don't know what the fuck you want, or B, are too afraid to accept who you are and call a spade a spade.
Oh, so you're talking about pretty much down low brothers. Well, a lot of you women know when dudes are gay. Let's just keep it 1,010.
True.
Let's stop playing the game about these dudes. I don't mess with down low brothers. Bitch, I know of heifers in the porn industry who know for an indisputable fact, because because I've mentioned this before on a video, but 90% of dudes in the porn industry is gay.
Hell yeah.
And all it takes is a Google search on these niggas' name, and you will find some shit. A lot of times, us straight men ain't trying to find certain shit, but sometimes, you could be like, hey, for instance, Lexington Steel. No, now for the most part, we know Lexington Steel is straight for a fact. But let's say we go to the Shawn Michaels shit, you will find all types of shit you don't want to see. You know what I'm saying?
Shawn Michaels.
Say what now? Not the wrestler Shawn Michaels, the first black millionaire in the porn industry, or the first documented black millionaire in the porn industry. You know what I'm saying? That's who I'm referring to. You will find all types of shit, including shit that you do not want to find. Because he be smashing some bad bitches, some big booty, fine white women, fine women all over the place. So you will find shit that you don't want to find. So I know if a woman in the porn industry, knowing this guy fucks trannies and all types of shit, I know women in day-to-day life a lot of times know when these guys are gay. Stop playing this game with us, talking about trying to ask us this dumbass question. Oh, are you gay? Bitch, you should know what type of mannerisms these niggas have before you sit down there and ask these goddamn questions. No, you're asking me that question as a straight heterosexual man just to be disrespectful. You shouldn't have to go through all that. You could tell fucking dudes mannerisms, masculine mannerisms. The problem is you women ain't around a lot of these dudes a lot of times, but you know a man when you see one. So you know what I'm saying? So the thing is, again, if that's a deal breaker as well, which a lot of you women is so many freaks out there, it's crazy. But if that's a deal breaker, make it a deal breaker. Don't run back to the dude just like if a guy's cheating and stuff like that. So again, you women, you gotta stand on your square. Stand on your square. Yes, a woman, and if you are a gay dude out there trying to masquerade as a heterosexual man, let these women know you didn't let these women know. Make it easier on people, because yes, yes, people consent to having sex with people that the person that they want them to be. If a woman wants a heterosexual man, she consents to having sex with a heterosexual man. However, she did not consent to having sex with a bisexual man. So let people know up front where you stand. And if that woman's down with you and won't dick in the booty ass niggas or niggas that's fucking bitches, fucking niggas in the ass, then let her make that decision on her own. Don't make it harder than what it is. And I'm telling guys that who play this down low game because, you know, well, I fuck trannies, but I'm straight. Get the fuck out of here, Malik Yoba. Malik, get the fuck out of here, Malik.
We already know where you was going with that.
Get the fuck out of here. Let that woman make the decision on her own, because there's plenty of women out there that'll fuck double dippers, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is when it comes to that as well. Please continue, sir.
Okay, number 9. Black women are not your mothers, grandmothers, aunties, etc. So stop expecting them to be and stop telling them what your mother, grandmother, aunties, etc. tolerated. The truth is, they should not have to pick up with that. They should not have to put up with that shit. And you would not force black women into thinking that they have to accept, tolerate, wade through, or work with that shit. Nope. Agreed. And 10. Black women are not the undesirables many black men seem to think they are. While you are out here not appreciating the queens, mothers, goddesses, sisters of the Nubian bloodline, your quote-unquote other homeboys are...
You went in and out.
They're even starting to make it more and more visible in ads and other media. All right, let me reread that again. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 10.
Just go back.
Black women. Okay. Black women are not the undesirables many black men seem to think they are. While you are out here not appreciating the queen sisters of the Nubian bloodline, your other homeboys are snatching them up left and right. They're even starting to make it more and more visible in ads and other media platforms. Some of y'all always saying hashtag stay woke when your ass is hashtag dead asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of guys that like I say, I believe black women are the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth, hands down. Because, and I say this because if they wasn't the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth, why do you think all these women's getting plastic surgery, hydrogel ass? Shout out to the porn star Brandy Bade, who damn near killed herself trying to get a hydrogel ass. Shout out to her. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? I don't say that to throw shade. It just is what it is. You know, beautiful woman, but I don't say that to throw shade. It is what it is. The reason why you have plastic surgery in the cosmetic industry is for other groups of women to compete with black women's, hands down. You know what I'm saying? That is the thing, to compete with black women. That's all the cosmetic, the plastic surgery industry, all, you know, Botox surgery and all that shit. They do that to compete with black women. And the reality, I'm an experiment in itself. All a woman really got to do is use, or anybody for that matter that want to stay looking young, a secret is use anti-aging moisturizer. Anti-aging moisturizer will have you looking, you know what I'm saying, have your skin looking healthy up until you're like in your 60s. In some cases, it'll work all the way up till you're in your 70s. And I'm talking about high quality anti-aging moisturizers. That's a secret, because I think Oprah had a thing on how some of these black women, there was some beautiful black women on there years ago, back in probably the late 90s, on how some of these black women, you know, look good naturally. And one of the secrets was anti-aging moisturizer. And you had a woman in her 60s, you know, look better than anybody in that goddamn crowd, you know, at least on that day anyway. So that's one of my secrets, because people still think I'm in my 20s easily. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, you know, you got people trying to compete with black women. People want to compete with black women because they can't be as natural as black women. And a lot of guys you talking about, a lot of them is coons anyway. Eyes bucking, tap, and Mr. Bojangles, you know, Negroes. Most of the guys you talking about in that particular
eyes are massive.
as dudes. So, like I say, it's some beautiful black women out there. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, it's black women are the most beautiful women on the face of the earth, hands down. Can't nobody fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why people be trying to put them in stereotypical roles and downgrade them and degrade them and all types of shit because, they woman cannot compete. Asian woman, you know what I'm saying? Latina woman is just a off branch of black people because a lot of them is mulatto class for the most part. So, I can't, they're basically black people for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, Asian women, white women, they can't compete with black women, hands down, in terms of beauty. They can hold their looks. If a black woman don't smoke, drink, do none of that ratchet shit that a lot of these hood rats be doing, you know what I'm saying? They maintain their looks for a long period of time. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're a black woman and you feeling down on yourself, listen to this playback and I'm telling you, you are a beautiful woman, man. Whether you, light bright with candy stripes or you dark and, dark and lovely up in this motherfucker. So I can truly
agreed.
I can truly say that, hands down.
Agreed. And
Yeah.
my roadie, and my roadie, that and T.O. she said a mouth. Hey, she said a mouthful in that post, bro, for real. Because, like I said, I when she speaks her mind, and I ain't gonna tell me what's this 2019. I mean, we started dating back in 2003. Matter of fact, we started talking in 2002, and then I left in no, it was 2003. And I mean, we had like a little argument. I mean, hey, she let me have it. She was the only chick that basically, yes, and I'm saying it here. She was the only chick that shut Craig Smith II up. Period. She shut me up. Because I was on the wrong about something. No, I didn't cheat. But it was just something mid major that was about to get major, and yeah, and he eased the mind a little bit. Just told us, well, hey, I ain't gonna do that no more. I apologize. She's like, all right.
Yeah, I heard that.
I ain't gonna say she's tough, bro. She's a tough one. In a good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yes,
tough in a good way. So now she's living up in the shine. So like damn.
Wow.
And again, it's just like what and now I can tell the story when she had moved up to Jackson. She moved up to Jackson, Tennessee, and there was just one day it was supposed to been supposed to be coming up there, and then about the next thing I know, about a couple years down the road, right on, hell, she got married. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? So
I agree.
yeah, that's what's like. So I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck? We still cool, man. I mean, no, we ain't never had no hard feelings. I mean, when Pops passed away, man, when when he passed away, she stayed in contact with me. So, all right, wow.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Yep. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Check that text I just sent you too, bro.
Okay.
But yeah, man. But like I said, my girl, man, but she was right on that shit, hands down. I mean, ain't no arguments here on that.
Okay. Yeah, I feel you.
No, man, that's it, bro. Other than that, Jimmy may have some probably for y'all tomorrow or whenever down the week, depending on how his work schedule is. So here it is. It's 10 after 11, 12, 10 after 12 Eastern time, and probably 10 after 10 Global Mountain time, and 10 after 9 Pacific time. Where y'all at? So Jimmy
Most
J
definitely.
don't have anything. Um, this your boy Craig Smith from representing now representing the 662. Y'all know how I do. And on behalf of my co-host Jimmy JSmoove, born and raised in 901. Now he's back here ready to make him some big major moves out of 832. So y'all definitely gonna know how he do. We signing off. God bless and good night.
Peace out.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So